every single time when I would go downstairs to get my uniform and come back up, my TVs, like the channel that was on TV, would be switched over to a Nick Jr. show. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here, and if you're new, welcome. I hope you stay because it's pretty fun here, at least I think so. So today we're back with another video for the Ghosts Glam series, which is 31 days of me doing my makeup and sharing a creepy, scary, weird, paranormal story that I've experienced somewhere throughout my life. And I think we're on day 12 or 13. I really don't know. But we're doing a mini series within the series where I am sharing with you about like stories about this weird haunted house that we moved into when I was 14 through 15, 14 going on 15. So we're doing that right now. And if you haven't checked out all the previous videos, there's a playlist somewhere here that should have it. And you can go binge watch those. We have stories from like a family thing. We have stories of La Llorona. We have stories of like witches. Like there's so much in there. So go check that out. And if you like this type of content, or if you like content about like just lifestyle content, make sure to subscribe, because this channel is all about all the things I love: spooky, makeup, lifestyle, and of course bringing awareness to the limb difference community. So with that said, let's get right into it. So for the past couple of days, we've been kind of talking about the house. And by kind of talking, I mean we're really talking about the house. So we've been talking about this house that, like I said, I moved into when I was like 14 going on 15. So yesterday I was telling you guys about kind of a funny story, but not really funny. It was like weird, where my cousin we were all at my house, my cousins and I, and we got like a creepy phone call. So that's where we left off. And like I said in that video, we're kind of wrapping up the stories from that house in particular. But today I want to share about this time that it was really weird, and I feel like this one could be explained. I don't think it was like super paranormally, but it was definitely weird, creeped my sister out a lot, and just like coincidentally, the events that happened were just really strange, to say the least. So this story starts, quote unquote, normal-ish. Like, I was 14, I still didn't drive, so every day I would take the school bus to school. I feel like I haven't looked at you guys, I've been looking down. But I took the school bus to school. And it was like a normal day. Like, I went on the school bus and my sister did too, but she went on a different school bus because she was still in middle school and I was a sophomore in high school. Well, no, okay, hold on, rewind. I was 15 at this time. I continued, I had already passed, and it was just a normal day, getting ready for school. And I'll throw in a little story here, that every single morning that I got ready for school, it was a routine, obviously, of waking up, going downstairs, and downstairs the laundry was done by the girlie that helped us around the house. So she had the uniforms ready to go. And so I would go downstairs to the laundry room to get my uniform every single morning. And I used to be the type of person that loved sleeping with the TV on. And I would always sleep with Disney Channel on or MTV or something like that. And just depending on what I wanted to watch. Most of the time it was MTV. And every single time when I would go downstairs to get my uniform and come back up, my TVs, like the channel that was on TV, would be switched over to a Nick Jr. show, always. And so this became a thing. At first I was just like, oh, like that's weird. But didn't think much of it, just moved on. But then I was like, wait, what if it's that little kid that keeps peeking in my room? And so I started testing this out. So for example, I would take the remote with me downstairs, and when I would come back up, the channel was not switched. It was only if I kept the remote in the room, and I would usually keep it on my bed. But if I were to move it to like a higher shelf or anything like that, the channel would not change. It was only when I left it either on my bed or like on the side bed tables. Anything lower to the ground, the channel would be switched. So I was like, okay, that's interesting, whatever. So I did not find that creepy. I actually found that really, really adorable, to the point where I was the one that ended up just switching the channel before I would go up downstairs, just to make it easier for this little ghost kid that wanted to watch cartoons. So I just wanted to throw that story in there. So getting back to the story. So this day we went to school as normal, and it was like kind of a rainy day. Like it was kind of rainy. Not a lot was going on, whatever. And went to school, came back. And my mom, when I got back from school, my mom was getting ready to go somewhere. I think she needed to go pay her phone bill. I don't know. What was she getting ready for? I don't know. But she was getting ready to go somewhere. And I was like, okay, I'll go with you. She's like, okay, but like, we gotta hurry up. Like, we gotta be back before your sister is out of school. And I was like, cool. So instead of going upstairs, getting my shit, like whatever, I just took my backpack off, threw it on the couch, and headed out with my mom. And I don't know, like it was a really bad thunderstorm. And we just were going to do whatever my mom had to do. And so we're driving around town, doing the things, and for whatever reason, we didn't realize that the phone signal, like the cell phone signals or whatever, had dropped because of the thunder. Like there was no signal, whatever. And so my mom was hurrying up to get back home. We are like, okay, like Amanda's gonna get home, we gotta hurry up, the phone signals are not working, whatever. So then we're kind of driving back, but we're kind of far. We're like 15-ish, 20-ish minutes away. And my mom gets a call from one of our neighbors asking where we are because my sister's over there crying. And my mom's like, what? Like, we're on our way back. Like, why is she crying? What happened? And so we get back to the house, and my sister's like freaking out. She's like, oh my God, like, where were you guys? Like, why would you do this to me? Blah, 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 whatever. And we were just so confused. Like, what are you talking about? So basically, and like I said, my sister's coming to visit soon. So I'll see if she wants to record one of these with me, because I think it would be so cool to get her perspective on it. So she's like, yeah, like I got home from school and I thought you guys got kidnapped. And we were like, what? Like, how? Where are you getting this from? Like, how would we get kidnapped? Just, I don't get it. And she's like, well, I got home and it was thundering really hard and all this stuff. And when she walked in the house, the front door was unlocked. She found that odd, but she was like, you know what, it's fine. They forgot to lock the door. She was like, and then as she came into the house, she noticed that my bag was all over the living room. Like the bags out, the papers, whatever that were inside my bag were just all over the ground. And I was like, that's weird. I don't know, whatever. Because I did not leave it like that. Could it have fallen? Probably, because I literally took the backpack off and just tossed it on the couch and left. I didn't see, like, if it just stayed on the, like, you know, one of those. And at the time I had one of those backpacks that were just, like, material, and it was kind of floppy, like a hobo bag style, but it had a flap for the lid. So I could see, like, if I tossed it and it was, like, not correctly on the couch, how it could have fallen and like spilled out. And so it was just kind of weird. We were just like, oh, like, I guess, I don't know. And then she's like, and then the back door was fully open. And if you remember from my other videos, like, that back door was always open, like always. For whatever reason, the back door just never shut. No matter how many times you locked it, like, that door was always open. And she was like, my sister was like, and it was really creepy. And then she's like, and I tried calling you guys and the phone was not working because, like I told you guys, like, the phone line or phone signal, whatever, had dropped because of the storm. And it was just weird when my sister said that the front door was unlocked. I don't know if my mom got freaked out or anything, but we made sure that there was nothing missing, that it wasn't like a robbery or whatever, and nothing was missing. And like I said at the beginning of this video, like, I don't think this one was super paranormal, more than it was just weird coincidences that all ended up lining up. But it was just weird, and my sister got freaked out. She, from that day forward, never wanted to be home alone. And it was one of those things that kind of like, well, what are the odds that everything lined up the way it did? And the house already was weird and creepy, and so that just added more to the vibes of the house. After that, like I said, my sister never wanted to be left alone anymore. She kind of was really freaked out, which, valid, I would be too. Not saying anything about her. That was a really weird situation that happened in this house. And again, I don't think this one was paranormal. I mean, the most paranormal thing about that story was the door being open and the front door being unlocked. But again, there's not much of a, like, could it just be coincidences? Absolutely. In the house, the signal always dropped for the phones, so I can't even say, like, I don't even know if that was like a whole city kind of outage or just a house. Well, my mom and I were not at the house, so I don't know if it was like my sister's phone. Like, I really don't know what it was. But again, just weird weird stuff happens in that house. And this is one of those. This is one of the few times that, like, it is too much of a coincidence for me to be able to be like, yeah, it was paranormal, because, like I said, I really don't think this one was related to the ghost in the house. But it was just really weird. And like I said, my sister was really creeped out after that. And I just feel like, again, that added to the whole vibes of the house. But yeah, and then the little kid story that I told you at the beginning, which was super cute. Every time I tell that story, I just kind of like gotta laugh a little bit, because it was very adorable for that little kid to watch TV in my room. With that being said, that is all I have for you today. I was unsure if I wanted to add this story to this series in particular, because it's not very paranormal, but it did happen at that house, which has a lot of activities. I know what to add here. So I wanted to search up pictures of the house, like even the outside of it, just to add them to this video. But I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, yo, like, when I search the address online, I cannot find this house. Like, there is nothing. And then I tried to go on Apple Maps, and it literally just gives an approximate location, because, I don't know, it can't be found. And then he tried to search it up on Google Maps, and it's just the infinite loading sign. But I was able to kind of like zoom in and like make my way to that house on Google Maps. So it still exists, it's still there, but for whatever reason there's no information on it online, no information on it in Google Maps. Like, it will not take you. So I don't know if that's anything, but I found that extremely weird. And yeah, with that said, I am going to head out. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Do you think it was just coincidences? Do you think it did have to do with the house? Like, I don't know. Tell me your thoughts, and I will see you tomorrow with possibly the final episode of this house series. I'm not sure. I still want to see how I want to line up the couple next stories about it. But it might be the final. If not, it's second to last. I do want to wrap up the house in particular, because there is a lot more stories I want to share with you guys about, like, me after I moved out of the house at 18, and just weird horror little creepy facts that happened. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow with the next video of the Ghosts Glam series. Until then, stay, I want to say golden, but that's not the vibe. I don't know, just stay yourself. Be fun, be happy, be you, be sad, whatever the fuck you want to be. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, still trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of October, and I think we could actually do it. So if you like this content, or you know, once we get back to regular scheduled content, like I said, it's going to be a lot about physical difference and limb difference awareness, makeup videos, lifestyle videos, and so on. So if you're into any of this, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode ever. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.